Well, hello again, all the girls out there in YouTube land watching. John and Ellie of Georgia Beer Reviews back at you today with another edition of Stout Sunday. All right. Joining me this morning, getting a little echo from somebody, not sure who. But,
I'll mute mine.
We've got Mr. Bumpy Road Brewery, who apparently this is his first time ever joining my version of Stout Sunday. Good morning, Bumpy. And that intro that you guys just saw was from this guy's brain right here. Mr. Bumpy Road Brewery, welcome in, buddy. And
thanks for having me on.
Absolutely. And then we've also got Mr. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews, also known as Miscellaneous Magnets, Drew, hey, you, that guy over there, whatever you want to call him, welcome in. He is down in Florida.
Cheers,
and cheers. Then we've got Mr. Michael Kornoff, the Stout King from Brooklyn, New York.
Good morning, everybody.
And then we've got the America Stout Emperor, who is showing us part of his kingdom down there, the state of Florida, from one of his many atlases, Mr. Ronald J. Terrio. Good morning, Ron.
Hello, good morning.
And now
I ought to drive there, shouldn't I?
You should. I hear there may be a road trip coming up very soon.
Well, people say a lot of things that don't come out to pass. All right, turn out to pass. All right.
Right. All right. So, and then yours truly from George Beer Reviews, John and Ellie. All right, let's go ahead and get right into it. Let's see what we're drinking this morning. We're going to start with Mr. Bumpy Road. What stout are you bringing this morning, Bumpy?
All right. So this is Clown Shoes. This is part of their Kung Fu Ballet series called Luchador at Sunrise. It is a 10.5% Imperial Stout aged in bourbon barrels with cinnamon, vanilla, ancho, and chipotle chili.
Wow.
And it's a fairly large can. 1 pint, 3.2 fluid ounces.
Yes, the stovepipe, 19.2. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. Mr. Miscellaneous Brew Reviews. What are you drinking this morning?
Today, I've got a vintage from Funky Buddha. This is part of their Living Barrel series. I don't know if it's still going to be called that. There's a merge. But this is a Cabernet and bourbon barrel aged stout, Imperial Stout. It's a Russian Imperial. Aged on cacao nibs, cherries, and other natural flavors. Comes in at 12%. This is their 2018, their wax dip version. I think this is the last version. Last year they did this version bottle. So
that's a cool bottle. Yeah. All right.
Got it right from the brewery on my trip.
Awesome. Okay. Sounds amazing. Mr. Michael Kornoff, what are you drinking this morning?
Okay, I have a revisit of Bell's Kalamazoo Stout with black licorice, or strap licorice as they call it on the side. 6% alcohol from Comstock, Michigan, which I believe is a suburb of Kalamazoo, if I'm not mistaken. So they're in the Kalamazoo area. And I've had this several times, and I don't know, I like Bell's, and we'll give it another shot.
All right. Good deal. Mr. Ronald Terrio, America's Stout Emperor. What are you drinking this morning?
Michael's team is in first place. They have the best record in Major League Baseball. Anyway, since we have Louisiana, Georgia, and Florida from the south, and New Hampshire, New York from the north, I'll bring something from the land down under, the Commonwealth of Australia. This is Cooper's, no apostrophe S, which is irritating to me, but it's Cooper's Best Extra Stout, 6.3% alcohol, and it says best after November of 2020, best after November 10th. So they don't have a best by date, they have a best after date. And the reason is because it's bottle conditioned and it's supposed to, grow or whatever in the bottle. And I've had the Kalamazoo Stout, but I only had that once. Bell's appeared in Louisiana, and as fast as you could say, oh, look, Bell's is here, it was gone. So every now and then every now and again we'll get Bell's Oberon, but that isn't even really too common. So too bad for Bell's, too bad for Great Lakes. It's just a flash in the pan for us. And this is a 12.7 ounce bottle, 12.7, a little bit unusual. Nice smoke. Here we go, pouring. Go to John and LA, Georgia Beer Reviews, Empire.
All right. Well, I don't know if you can get this one either anymore, but this one's also out of Michigan. I've got the Dragon's Milk 2021 Reserve. This is, Reserve number 2. 12.3% alcohol. This is a double bourbon barrel-aged stout with Madagascar and Indonesian vanilla beans. So 12.3%. This is the strongest, the highest ABV Dragon's Milk that I have ever seen. So
when they appeared in Louisiana, we got the regular Dragon's Milk, the one that's kind of thin-bodied. And we never really did see the variants. I think one time I saw a variant around here, but I saw the price and I said, I don't believe so. I'll just imagine how good it is,
Right. Well, you'll have to
but
imagine.
They're not common. I mean, Dragon's retraction. We do get the white stout, in the can.
Right. Okay. So the worst of the bunch. I mean, not that it's a bad beer, but that's probably their least popular.
Right. The least enjoyable. We don't get.
Right.
Yeah, we don't really get all those fancy variants. I mean.
Okay. Let's see. I don't know if I'm having an error with the chat or maybe just nobody's watching this morning. We've got Bumpy in the chat. Says cheers.
I'll go check it out too.
Yeah, and
no one
looks like
cares, John.
We've got one more late joiner here. Better late than never.
Yeah.
Alex, the beer master.
Yep.
How you doing this morning, Alex?
I'm doing good. Yeah, doing a little excellent. I'm actually doing excellent, but I do sometimes join these a little sleepy sometimes. Depends.
Sound like you might want to drink
What
some coffee.
beer are you
over there,
drinking this morning?
What beer should I drink? Appreciate you, Ron. I'm drinking Guinness Extra Stout. That's it.
Okay, that's 6%, right? Isn't it?
Yes,
Or is
I
it
believe
5.6?
so.
No.
5.6.
5.6.
Yes. Yep.
Used to be 6, right?
I don't know.
When it was Canadian. Yeah, when they were making it.
Yeah. Okay. That's what I thought. All right. So we've got to go back around here, and we'll start back with Mr. Bumpy Road. Let me blow you up here. It's taking its sweet time this morning, but we'll get it. We'll get it working. Hopefully. There we go. All right.
I'm interested to hear about this one.
Yeah, me too. That sounds amazing.
It looks a little bit thin pouring it in. All right. Head is a nice kind of light chocolate khaki color, very tight bubbles, frothy head. Color of the beer itself, it's got some red hues, so it's a fairly dark, let's say brownish type coloration. The aromas, I could smell, to me, what smells kind of like apples a little bit, which is possibly coming from some of the barrel. It is bourbon barrel aged. I would say very light chocolate aroma, kind of on the sweeter side. So a bit of like a milk chocolate. There seems to be a little touch of cinnamon. And the barrel comes through. To me, it does smell a little bit like apple, though. That could be coming from I know I've had the, what was it? The green, that bourbon there from, is it Johnny Walker? No, Johnny Walker's a beer company. No, Johnny Walker, they do make the whiskey.
Johnny Walker, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
So
that's
Johnny Walker.
Scotch.
So
Johnny Walker
that to me
Okay.
had a little bit of like an apple note. So this kind of has that too. So maybe that's kind of coming out of the bourbon, of the barrel. It doesn't smell spicy other than the little bit of cinnamon. So all right, let's dig in a little bit. Cheers.
Cheers.
All right.
Cheers.
Godspeed.
Cheers to your taste.
Thin body. Lower side medium carbonation. Kind of grainy. A little bit of a chocolate note. I do pick up on a bit of a heat. It's a slight heat. I'm sure it's from the chipotle chilies versus the ancho, because I don't think ancho is really that hot. I think that's probably more of like a smoky chili or something like that. I can't remember if I've ever had ancho chilies. I've just heard you guys talk about it on Beer and Cheese a lot.
Yeah, I don't know if I have either.
Yeah, extremely thin for a stout. Kind of definitely disappointed in the mouthfeel. It's just kind of it's that light chocolate. I'm not picking up on the cinnamon and the flavor. There was a slight cinnamon touch in the aromas. The barrel or the bourbon's not really coming through so much in the flavor. And then you just kind of get a little bit of a spice from the chipotle chili.
Okay. Wow,
10.5
just sounds
ABV.
really...
I mean, the alcohol is fairly well hidden. There's no alcoholic notes to it. But I might feel it. I plan on mowing the lawn after this, so hopefully I'll have a good buzz.
Well, you should. Hopefully that'll at least make the yard work a little easier.
All right. Well, that's all she wrote.
Okay. Well, maybe it'll develop a little bit before we come back around. I hope so, because that just sounds slightly underwhelming. Good morning to Stephanie Griffiths. Thanks for tuning in this morning. Okay, well, we'll let you keep sipping on that. We'll come back around and hopefully, I don't know, maybe something will change between now and then. But yeah, sounds very disappointing. All right, let's hope that the Funky Buddha will live up to its name a little bit more. The fancy wax, dipped
So
cap.
Up,
He's even got a little more matching glassware.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, so I'm going to pour a little bit more up in here because the color of the head changed drastically. It went from like a real dark, almost cocoa-colored head, and it changes out to like a real nice khaki. Pretty frothy, thick, foamy head, tight-knit bubbles. Color-wise, it is dark. I am not getting any kind of hues out of this. No color. It's black and opaque. Man, this smells fantastic. Getting the vanilla bourbon barrels up front. Bit of sweetness coming from the cherries. That might be coming from the Cabernet barrels as well. Exploding with chocolate. It's more like a milk chocolate than a baker's chocolate or anything like that. Sweet cherries hitting in the nose. Smells fantastic. Maybe a hint of coffee. That could be from the roasted malts because it doesn't describe any coffee in this, but there is a hint on the aroma. So, cheers. It's not
Cheers,
booze
miscellaneous.
for 12% either. No booze on the nose. So,
Cheers, my brother.
thick and viscous, coats the palate, the teeth, the tongue. Starts off sweet. You get a little bit of that sweet chocolate vanilla. Then you get like a tangy cherry, coats the tongue. Very smooth. Body on it is full. Like I said, very, very creamy, slick mouthfeel to this one. It's fantastic. It hits on all the adjunct flavors that are there. They meld together perfectly. That coffee kind of fades off in the taste, though, from the aromas. It's more like a roasty chocolate type of flavor, but this is fantastic for being from 2018, almost pushing 5 years old. It's fantastic. It's
Wow,
peaking,
5 years.
probably peaking. So no complaints, man. Awesome.
All right.
Thanks for having me, John.
I didn't realize.
Absolutely, man. Well, yeah, we'll come back.
I didn't realize it, but 5 years old. Jesus. Wow.
And score high.
Yeah.
No booze on the
Okay,
flavor.
good deal.
Andrew,
We
they
will
still
come
make
back around here in a little bit. Let's go to Mr. Michael Kormaroff next with his Bell's Kalamazoo.
Okay, from like I said, from Comstock, Michigan, with black licorice inside, and we're gonna see what it looks like in the glass. I got to talk about it a little bit. I've had it several times, and it's definitely interesting in that you get mixed reactions from people who do have it. So, you know, whenever you do these revisits, you hope maybe not that you get something different, but that you may have some new perspective toward, you know, what we're doing here. And that's why we do it.
That's right.
So let's describe tan, I guess, is how you'd call the head. And it was bubbly. And I don't know if you can see in this light, dark brown color. Let's see what we get from the coffee and chocolate. No licorice in the roasted malts as well, and you can't smell the alcohol, but it's only 6%. Cheers, everybody!
Cheers.
Cheers, Michael.
Oh, yeah.
It's medium bodied and full flavored, and the flavors are the same as the nose you got. Coffee, kind of a baker's kind of chocolate, and you're getting the roasted malts. Again, I'm not picking up any licorice, and I've just, from the different times, I have a feeling that that's kind of like a promotion thing. I'm not saying they don't have any in there. I'm just saying they don't have enough in there where it's creating a different nose or a different taste. And maybe the intention is just to add a little bit in there for, you know, to see what effect it has. I've never noticed any difference. Jay, I don't get the off flavor today.
Nice.
That's good news.
I've
I
never
have gotten that in the past, where it's kind of like an indescribable off flavor. This one doesn't have it. I assume it's the same recipe, so for whatever reason, you know, it's not. But
Hey, Michael, do you think it's because the date difference on the beer, or is that why it might
well,
have?
they give a 6-month thing, and this one was from January 25th, which means it would be good until July 25th. I would say something like this would be good more than 6 months, even though, you know, you wouldn't cellar it at 6%. But I think Bell's says 6 months on their IPAs as well. So it's just, you know, I if I have a Bell's that I buy and it's already 3 months old, I probably won't buy it if I'm looking at it and it's 3 months old, because I think the hop phase starts before 6 months. in an IPA. So that's my opinion. On a stout or on a porter, I think you're pretty safe, going 6 months. Even on sessionable ones, I think you're pretty safe that they'll last that's more. Now, the only reason I don't think this is ho-hum miscellaneous is because the taste profile, it's very well balanced, and I don't think it's really trying to do anything more than give you a little bit above a session, because it's 6%. I mean, just a little, and it's balanced, and I think the balance is important. When I have in the past got the off flavor, though, it lost points for it because I couldn't read what the off flavor was. But this one, for whatever reason, is not off flavor, so I'm happy with it. And I'll come around with a number when we get through.
Awesome.
All right, sounds good. And we've got Mr. Shane Fudge joining us this morning. Good morning, Shane. We'll get to you here shortly. Glad you could make it. We've got to go to Mr. Ronald Terrio next with his beer, the Cooper's Best. Go for it, Ron.
Okay, they claim they're the Australia's remaining family-owned big. The beer is actually older than the country of Australia. The company started 1862, and you may not realize this, Australia didn't get started as a united country until 1901. So it's actually, 38, 39 years older. Okay. It had a medium head. Sorry about your cold. All right. And it's got a dark brown appearance. It's very dark. It looks black almost. Now, if the light hits it, you pick up a little brown, but it's a dark stout. 6.3% alcohol. I bought the 6-pack for $11.99, and I was glad to get 0.7 extra ounces for each bottle. Now, the aroma, you pick up the dark roasted malts. They're there. The flavor, dark roasted malts, a little cream, little coffee, some pretty good bitterness. It's a medium bodied. The bitterness keeps coming in. And then the finish is mostly dry. Now look, this is not a stout with peanut butter. It's not bourbon barrel aged. It's with nitro can. It's not anything fancy. It's just a basic old time stout. You know what I mean? So if you're used to, I guess we could say we're spoiled by all of these Mackinac coffee fudge and cherry this and peanut butter that, and I understand that because I all these flavors too. And I'm the first one to spoiled, as they say in English, spoiled. I said spoiled, But anyway, if you want a traditional, regular, old, 19th century style stout, this is going to be one that you will like. No off flavors, no off aromas. But just like I'm telling you, it's like Cooper's makes basic styles. They have pale ale, stout, lager, gold ale. That's what they do. So
Getting back to the roots of the style, right? None of these additives.
yeah, it's not really that they're getting back to it. They just never got away from it. You know what I mean? They just say this,
right.
this. So I like it. I mean, just to warn you, it's not going to be not going to have electric Kool-Aid in it. It's not going to have glitter. It's not going to be like Fruity Pebbles or anything, but it's nice.
Good deal. All right. Well, we'll come back around to you here in a little bit for your final thoughts and ratings. We got to go to Mr. Alex the beer master next
All right.
with his Guinness Extra Stout.
Yeah. So got Guinness Extra Stout, and looking forward to drinking this. You know, my sister told me this is a strong. She told me that Guinness is a strong beer, but I never consider it as a
No.
strong beer. I know it's
She's wrong.
Maybe I don't know. It can be robust with some people. I wouldn't say ABV wise strong.
True that. They have good flavor. They have a good flavor of way of doing things. Stout. I mean, they are one of the original stouts, right? I mean, I'm assuming one of the originals. Let's pour this up, shall
Right.
Right.
There we go. Allergies, man. Can't take it anymore. All right. So free finger head. Smells, as I remember the last time, kind of raisiny. I don't know, because you guys obviously had these before multiple times, way before me. It smells like a plum raisin or something like that. I don't know if you've ever smelled it that way. Would you give me a suggestion on that? Is that what you would think too, everybody on the tunnel here? Or no?
Well,
Yeah,
I find
first,
raisin.
What
I couldn't hear you.
I get more raisin in the foreign extra, not so much in the regular one.
Okay. This is the extra one, but this is not the foreigner. Yeah. So smells good. Smells a little, like I said, a little bit, raisin to me. Let's see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers, Alex.
Cheers.
It's also on the taste too. A little bit malty. A little bit of creaminess. Oh man, this is good. A little bit of bitter. It's not like overly bitter to the point that you don't want to drink it. Nice mouthfeel on it, like a light, creamy mouthfeel. It's not thick, or I mean, it's a little thick, but it's not like thick like a 10 or 11% beer.
Like a KBS, right?
Right? Yeah. KBS, CBS, all that lineup of those different things. Correct though on that one, my brother. Yeah, KBS, CBS, and all the KBS lineup I think is better, but again, it's still a great. Although you have to remember though, this is not barrel aged, so you just have to like the style of this beer or whatever. I think it's good. I think it's delicious. I would drink it. It's for fun. I enjoy this kind of beer, and it's much lighter. If you don't want to drink a bigger stout, get one of these or another beer that's not 10 or 11, 12% to drink in the morning. So yeah, this is good.
So Alex, I know your palate's been spoiled with all the Founders stuff that you've had. Those actually have chocolate added to it. This one does not. But are you getting any chocolate flavors from the roasted malt or no?
You are correct on that.
Or
They
just-
do add chocolate. They do add chocolate on the Guinness beers too. Yeah, you're right about that.
Well, no, they don't to the Guinness beers, but do you pick up
It's
on chocolate from the
malt,
roasted
malt
malt?
bill. They got that chocolate malt in there, can throw you some chocolatey notes.
I was just curious if you were picking up on any chocolate or no.
Yeah, you know what? As I'm drinking it, I do have that chocolate taste. So yeah, so I guess it is the chocolate, not the chocolate itself, because obviously it doesn't exist. It's from the malts. Yeah, I think it's tasty. But it also possibly, like I said, like you just said, we drank a lot of Founders, or at least I drank a lot of Founders over the months. but still a refreshing beer if you don't want to drink a stronger beer. Very drying on the mouthfeel, though. Very drying on the mouthfeel. Makes you want to go back for more. But I think the extra stout.
There you go. That's what it's all about.
I think the extra foreign stout, is more drier. I think I'll have to try it again. I don't remember.
It's a higher alcohol, so very well could be. Because alcohol can dry your palate.
Should be.
Sure does. So, very good beer. I do taste a little bit of chocolate. It's very tasty. Sorry, I'm rambling on. But this is a good beer. If everybody can get it, as far as I know. And give the shout outs and all the bells and whistles next time around. Thank you, Johnny boy.
All right. Sounds good, Alex. Back around to you shortly. I am going to go to Mr. Shane Fudge next, since he doesn't even – we got to figure out what he's drinking first, and then he can talk about it. What are you drinking this morning, Shane? You got a treat?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see what it is. It's probably a TBS.
Probably an ESP.
Now he's going to lie.
No.
God.
No. All good beers have the day that comes that they must be exposed before their peers. And today, this beer, time has come to be exposed before you all and to my stomach and my palate. I brought one out of my cellar today. I've been wanting to drink this one for a while now. I thought I would save it for some folks that might appreciate it, besides just me, myself drinking it here and no one even seeing it. But I've got a few more of these, and if I see some of you, maybe we'll get to share one of these one day. But anyway, this one was born on August the 29th of 2014. And
Oh my God. Okay.
It's a 13.8%
Okay.
Goose Island Bourbon County brand stout.
Oh,
look at that.
golly.
I've
Had that
bought
edition.
these.
I've had it.
Oh
I
yeah.
hope they make that still. I hope they make that still.
This one you can't find in the stores anymore. I mean, I've had it myself since 2014. I bought these. This was my first experience with Bourbon County brand stout. Was the 2014 year, and it's, by my opinion, I think it's one of the best years that they ever had. I've heard that 2013 is really good. I've not had it. I've got 2 bottles of it sitting, waiting for their day of reckoning. But anyway, we're going to go ahead and crack this open. I've rambled on long enough. I'm looking forward to this. It's been a while since I've had a Bourbon County at all.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, that would have been nice to try it before.
I'm coming to Arkansas soon, Shane, so don't save a couple bottles.
Oh man, there's no hiss. I didn't hear any hiss, but I had my headphones on, so who knows if it hissed or not. All right, here we go.
Could have hissed.
Label out.
Oh, you're going back to hang out with Shane again, huh? Legendary Johnny Boy. Good.
There's like no head forming, really. We're gonna get
Wow.
gonna get all the goodies out of the bottom. I'm sure there's probably some sediment. It cleared up pretty good. If there was any sediment settled down there. Here we go. Let's get the rest of it in there. Hard pour. You see, there's like little to no head. I mean, well, a little bit, just a thin layer right there. I dropped some on my hand. Hang on, y'all. Can't waste that, can we?
Oh
man, I cheated a little bit, didn't I?
It's okay to cheat.
All right, so you can see here. Let me turn the light on.
Drum roll.
There's really no light coming through. I mean, I'll put it over here. Yeah, right against the light. It's just black, cauldron black. You all know this beer well. You know it. Man, the head really dissipated pretty quick. You can see here. It's just a little thin layer. Let's see if I can regenerate some here. Man, look at the resin forming around on the clinging to the glass.
Does it smell like?
Regenerates a little bit of
wow,
head.
yeah.
Oh yeah, it quickly dissipates. So it's going away pretty fast. Let me get the smell of my nose in this. I'm so excited. I'm like nervous.
Okay, that's it.
It's been a while. Man, this. Wow, dark fruits. The bourbon's really coming through, but it's not a hot bourbon. It's just a real nice, subtle 7-year. And I don't know how old the bourbon barrels were aged in, or how long the bourbon notes, how old they really are. But 7-year-old beer, the ABV is going to probably just be gone. It's going to be really smooth, I'm sure.
Well, you
It
won't
smells
know.
great. It's like dark chocolate, like dark baker's chocolate and dark fruits. That barrel is coming through real nice. Real nice bourbon notes. Yeah, like you were saying a while ago, Alex, I get a lot of dark fruits from barrel-aged beers and stouts. I like, but especially the barrel-aged beers.
True that.
I think it's something about the bourbon and the stout and the malts mixed together that gives off that raisin or dark fruits or dates or plums, those kind of notes. So,
Yeah, but this is not bourbon. This is not.
yeah, no,
It's-
I know that. I know that's why I said some stouts, but I get it a lot from the barrel aged stouts, especially.
True that, my brother.
Man, this smells so good. It's making my mouth water.
I wonder if it's gonna be really creamy.
Yeah.
How have you not
Okay.
taken a sip yet?
I don't know. I'm teasing. I'm a sadistic, I guess. All right, here
You're
we go.
such a tease.
He's
James.
thinking about pouring it back in the bottle.
Yeah.
And
No,
I'm gonna go ahead and just let this age
Yeah,
for a
like
little longer.
recapping it. Like,
No.
this is so good.
It'll be good in 7 more years if I just recap it, right?
yes, this probably would be good if you have a capping system somewhere
Oh,
in your
man.
mouth.
All right, here we go. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, Shane. Enjoy.
Cheers. But
Cheers.
I'm pretty
Cheers.
sure Mike.
Cheers,
I'm
buddy.
pretty sure Michael has one of these beers in his cellar too.
Not from 2014, he doesn't.
Oh,
Wow. Oh, wow, man.
I don't think he does anyway.
no, you never know with Michael. He's full explosive.
Man, that's so good. It just coats the mouth. That resin you see on the glass, when I swirled it around a while ago. Yeah, that just does that on the inside of your mouth as you drink it. There's no heat in this. It doesn't burn at all. Man, this is gone. It's just the flavor of bourbon and dark fruits and chocolate. Smooth, nice. It does have almost a creamy mouthfeel to it, unlike the really new hot bourbon counties, that you get that alcohol burn a little bit in those. It's gone though. Man, this beer sellers really well. If you get and you can resist it, age your bourbon counties. I do all the time. I buy them and I hardly drink them. I just buy them and I'll set them back. I like them aged myself. Some people like that fresh, that burn. I do too, and I'll drink it that way just fine. But there's nothing like experimenting with aging a beer and just seeing what it can do and how it can change. And man, this one is a great one to experiment with and age and just see how it develops. It's ready to go, fresh right out of the bottle, obviously, But man, they really did a great job in 2014. I don't know why or how it might be a little different, especially 2015. They struck out that year, but and I think they kind of had to recover a little bit from that. But man, 2014 and 14 was a special year for sure. Yeah, that's what I'm getting. You heard it. It's so smooth.
Shane, this could be another Hyundai.
I don't know.
This one might get extra
getting-
credit points.
I'm getting some
I don't know.
vanilla. Vanilla's coming through, so it's warming up. It's been sitting out, here on the table for about 20 minutes or so. Vanilla just came through with that sip, and I'm getting some of the wood from the barrel. Yeah, man, this is freaking awesome beer. I don't want to drink it, I want to have it. But if you have it, then you can't drink it. But if you drink it, then you don't have it. It's a conundrum. What do we do? We got to drink it then, don't we?
yeah, drinking now is past the
Conundrum.
point of no return.
Gosh.
Hey Shane, you know what?
Some
you
people
do?
don't have that problem. I have a weird issue where I like to just have the beer and I'll drink it. But then if I have any more of them, I want to just hold it and savor it.
Hey,
But
hey
that-
Shane, I have
that's
a
the problem right over there. That's the issue.
Shane, I have a suggestion for you. Yes, you might not be able to
Yeah.
find it. At least look it up and see where you could possibly, maybe your bottle shops. 'Cause you know, as John and Nellie has said, or I've said, that they the hidden jewel. See if you can find more. You never
this
know.
is gone. This is
If
long.
somebody's got that, you're gonna have to pay top dollar.
Alex, it's 2014, 2014, buddy.
I don't know where to find some more. Right over there in my box, I got about 5 more of these. So
There you go.
but they're all
got the
gone.
hookup.
Shane's got a collection back there, backup for later.
Yeah, I've got my Bourbon County goes back to 2013. I got a couple from 13. I got about 5 from 14. I got a whole bunch from 15.
What about 2009?
Some good, some are that number that was bad. I need Jay to tell me what the serial number.
What about 2009?
If you can remember the code to those 15s that were bad, I know you sent some back. I probably can find that on the internet, I'm sure. But I've got some 15s that I know the code on the back of them are the ones that were bad. But I do have about half of them that don't have that bad code number, and folks said that those were actually good. So I've got a couple in the fridge over there. I'm cooling down, and I'm going to check to see if those 15s, how different they are. I'm sure I'll notice the rancidity of the bad one. But
do you have any? When did bourbon barrel age start? Did it start in 2009, 2010? Because if it did,
these guys are the first ones. It even says it on the label here. The original bourbon barrel aged stout. They're the first ones to put beer in a bourbon barrel. Jay can tell you the exact year, I'm sure. Jay, you can chime in on what year.
Legendary Ontario.
He's got the dates locked in like a bear trap, man. I know.
He sure does.
Wait. Now, the dates on which what?
When did Goose Island put the Bourbon County out? When was the first year? Was it in the mid 90s? I can't remember.
I think it was like in 1992, but it was so limited that you basically couldn't get it. You know what I mean? Like it's only been, say, the last 20 years. The last 20 years that people could actually get it. You know what I mean?
1992.
Yeah, I think that sounds familiar.
Oh my God! Wow.
That would be, man. How awesome would that be to try 92 now? Just
But I think in 1992 was basically sort of like you could only get it if you were at the brewery and they were passing it out in draft version. It wasn't like you could go to the store and buy it.
True that, Legendary Ron.
This beer is so, my word, this is absurd.
So basically, they've been
It's
doing
so good.
So they've been doing
Look right here.
Oh.
Since 1992, right there on the label.
You know what?
There you go.
That makes me feel better. That makes me feel better.
You know,
I was just checking. See if you guys knew. That's it. That's
crazy.
That's the ticket.
Right.
I'm just checking.
That actually goes back to when I was a kid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, I was pretty young still then too. It was half my life ago.
Including you, Johnny boy.
Yeah, this is great.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right,
I don't know what else to say other than it's. I mean, as it develops, as it warms,
Well,
and
we'll come back around for final thoughts and ratings here in a little bit, but yeah, it's going to be a good one, folks. All right, I'm going to go to myself now because I'm really thirsty and I'm trying to pull myself up. Let's go. That should do
There
it.
you go. Now you're good. Now we can watch.
Please work.
There
There
you're
it
good,
is.
John.
Okay.
I see you. You're
All
good.
right. So once again, I am. Yeah. Thanks, Alex. I
You're
see
welcome,
it.
brother.
Okay. So I got the Dragon Smell 21 Reserve 2, a 12.3% alcohol double bourbon barrel aged stout with Madagascar and Indonesian vanilla beans. When I poured it initially, it did pour with about a 1.5 finger head. It's dissipated, but it actually got some pretty good head retention. I mean, we're going on 45 minutes here. It's a nice glass lacing, black, jet black appearance. The aroma with this is really outstanding. You're getting the bourbon barrel at first, followed by that really nice vanilla aroma. Yeah, really, really nice vanilla notes on the aroma. Some toasted bread, a little bit of dark chocolate. It just smells absolutely incredible. None of the 12.3% alcohol is really coming through on the nose. It does have those bourbon barrel aged notes, but it doesn't really smell boozy. Smells like a winner. Let's see how it tastes. Cheers, guys.
Cheers, John.
Cheers.
Yes.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Yeah, that shit's probably gonna be good.
Yeah, he's frozen.
Really,
again.
really good. Yeah, you're getting barrel notes right up front. Of the Dragon's Milk stouts that I've had, this is definitely the most bourbon barrel forward, and that's probably because it's double bourbon barrel aged. So you're really getting a lot of those bourbon notes. The vanilla beans come into play right afterwards. It's a nice little sweetness to the beer. Very bready in the middle. This one definitely doesn't have the thin body, although I don't agree that the regular Dragon's Milk is thin. It may be not quite as viscous as some of the super high ABV barrel aged stouts that we're used to, but this one definitely has a lot more body to it than the standard Dragon's Milk. The addition of the vanilla is really nice. The toasted bread notes are there. The dark toasted malt is coming through nicely in the middle of the sip. There's just a little bit of bitterness on the back end to kind of balance it all out, but it's definitely malt forward and really enjoyable. It's really not warming at all going down the throat. You would never in a million years guess that this is 12.3%, I don't think. It's just super smooth. It's almost got a creaminess to it. Obviously, there's no lactose or anything like that in there, but maybe the vanilla kind of lends of a creamy mouthfeel to it. It is smooth all the way through. Carbonation very low. The body is high medium. Very, very enjoyable. I love this beer. It's the best of the Dragon's Milk that I have gotten to try, and very, very impressed with this beer. If any of you guys see it, I would highly recommend it.
7-year-old.
And I will keep sipping and come back around
I smelled the booze when I opened the door.
in a little bit. Give my final thought and ratings really quick. And
They're the first ones to do.
Comment.
Sorry.
Got Hog in the chat. We got Jeremy Vinson in the chat. Yeah, I think Shane's gonna embarrass us all with his Bourbon County 2014. I don't think anybody's gonna beat that. Okay, so let's go back around. Let's give our final thoughts and ratings on all of these wonderful beers. We got to start back, I believe, with Bumpy.
Yeah, because Bumpy was next.
And we'll see if I can get some kind of order to this. So, Bumpy, go ahead and give us your final thoughts and ratings on the Clown Shoes Luchador.
So as this one has warmed up a little bit, it's gotten a little bit better. Minuscule, a little bit better. I am starting to notice a little bit of vanilla and a little bit of a cinnamon flavor note there in the tail end. I was reading the back of the can. They always have these stupid stories that they write. And this one was about the luchador that broke in and was destroying their new home because they are brewed out of Harpoon Brewing Company now. So the luchador was destroying their new home, and he was throwing brewers and stepping on brewers, and Master Clown Shoes had to get in and stop him, you know. But I think that the luchador was really trying to do him a favor and prevent them from making the shitty beer. I'm gonna give this a total of 72 out of 100. It's drinkable.
I had a feeling.
Okay.
Yeah. Shout out.
And Bumpy, this is. Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
Yeah, go ahead. Shout outs.
Oh, all right. So After Dark Beers should be on tonight on my channel, but I may not be able to make it back. So I'm not sure if Miscellaneous would be willing to run it just in case I can't. I'll be out to dinner tonight, so
I can do it if you want
what time I'll
to. Just
be back.
Shoot me a text or whatever. Let me know what's up, and I'll set it up.
Yeah, I'll probably know sometime around 6 o'clock or so, 6:30, if I'll be making it back in time. Hopefully, I can make it back and run it, but if not, look for the.
Or if you jump in late, if you get home late, you still want to get in.
Yeah. And then Malty Monday, 8 p.m. Eastern Time. It's going to be Belgian Pale Ales. So pretty much, I mean, if if you find a Belgian beer that's either called session ale or table beer, that's kind of what this category is involved with. It's a very low ABV pale Belgian style. So just if you see a can that says table beer and it's Belgian, that's what it would be. So that's it.
Okay.
Now what you're saying, John?
All right. Good deal. Okay, so 72 out of 100. We're really starting low. So I think everybody else, we've got to build up that average. So miscellaneous, what do you think about the Funky Buddha Love Blow 2018 cellared? Another cellared beer for the show today.
Yeah. I did have the 2019 version. Still have the bottle. This one, I think this one's better. And honestly, because they had some kind of buyout or whatever, I think this might be the best one you're going to be able to find. Because it still has the regular original, the Living Barrel series, which I don't think is even in existence anymore. It's fantastic. I just really liked. All the adjuncts came out perfect. I like that it's double barrel aged in the Cabernet barrels and the bourbon barrels. Like I said, milk chocolate, cherries were very pronounced. Got a nice vanilla off of the barrels, at least the bourbon barrel. I'm going to go ahead and I'll score this out of 98. It's fantastic. Hands down, one of the best beers I've had from this company. I could get this wax dipped at Total Wine, and I don't know if they sold out or they pulled them off the shelves, and maybe the managers divvied them up. I haven't seen them in probably a year, but I went down there, they had it in there, and it was $20 for the bomber, and I said, I'll take it. So absolutely fantastic. Great company back then. I don't know. Only time will tell. So 98 on the score. Thanks for having me, John.
Right.
Shout out wise. Yeah, it's regular stuff. Tuesday will be Beer Cheese Tuesday with Beer Man, 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Bring a crafty beer and a cheese. Also, Tuesday is going to be my birthday. Me and Alex are supposed to do an examination of the CBS Bomber bottles. I'm going to get with Michael Kormroff after this. And I know Josh has one as well. So maybe we could push it off till Wednesday, till after Wild Card. I know Michael usually has an available time around then. Maybe we could all open our bottles and taste them and see what happens. I don't know if Shane Fudge is sitting on something. Like I said, it'd be something that have to be discussed a little further.
I've got one in the fridge. And there's 4 or 5 at the liquor store I shop at right now that I can pick up too.
What date? What is it? 2018? Because I got the 2018. It doesn't matter, but I'm just curious.
It doesn't. I have the 2018, Josh. I think Josh has the 2017. I know Michael Kormroff has one.
I've got a 17 with the rider on the horse still.
Good. Perfect. That's perfect.
Yeah, look out for that. Yeah, I think everybody else can cover their stuff. Oh yeah, Yeast Happy. I think is it Yeast Happy Wednesday again, or is he going back to hops?
What? Yeah, Yeast Happy again. He's doing German style beers this time.
So yeah, also on Wednesday it's going to be 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. It's going to be Yeast Happy Wednesday with Beerman. Bring a Belgian beer with the Belgian yeast.
A German beer.
German beer. Any German beer. So know your yeast and profiles, and yeah, have fun with that. Thanks for having me, John. I'm just mute up and enjoy the rest of my beer.
Absolutely glad. Yeah, glad you could join. Okay, so you could definitely get your beer fix on all of these wonderful channels. Okay, so we've got to go to Mr. Michael Kormroff and his Bell's Kalamazoo. Final thoughts, ratings, and shout out.
Kalamazoo Stout, and I'm going to do like a 2-point deduction for the fact that I can't taste the brewer's licorice in it. Still going to be an A-, a 92. I find it to be really full flavored. otherwise and well balanced. So I think change. I mean, they can describe it any way they want. It gives you the thought that you should be able to either smell it or taste it, and you can't, whether it's not enough or whatever the story is. It's hype, I guess, and they probably put it in, but whatever. So I'm just deducting a couple of points for that. It's still an A-, and I would buy it again. I do like Bell stuff, so I would buy it again for sure. I didn't get the off taste this time, so that's all positive. What you guys have been talking about, that sounds great. Like 8:30, if we could do it, I'm definitely would be involved. And
On Wednesday? Perfect.
on Wednesday.
Okay, perfect.
That's good for everybody else.
Oh, good for me. Okay. We're good.
And otherwise,
All right.
Jay, I guess, will do his own shout out for Wednesday. Next Sunday again, hopefully John will be hosting and I'll be here next Sunday for Stout Sunday.
Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little
We'll
bit.
discuss that
But
later.
yeah, right. Let's see. Any no? I know you've been doing the beach club stuff. Anything interesting with that, or no? Just the usual.
Just the usual stuff. And I'll be doing another of my ones in my house again. The beach club hasn't started yet. The beach club started, but we haven't done anything in June. Probably won't be until next weekend for July 4th weekend at the beach club, because Gail, who's one of our main contributors, has been in Asheville, North Carolina, picking up beer. So she's going to bring back a whole bunch of stuff.
Nice.
It'll be good. And then the following Thursday at my house, possibly Mr. Terrio will be arriving. I mean, I'm hopeful that he'll come, but we'll see what happens. I don't know. Like Jay said before, these trips are there and they happen, or they're there and they don't, and we'll see what happens. And that's it. But it'd be great. And it's also our New Jersey pal could come along as well, James P. Madonna, and he's invited too if Jay wants to bring him. So we'll see. He could be exposed. They can both be exposed to the group, and we'll see how they get along.
Hey, is it possible? Can I join?
You want to drive up a couple of hours? Feel free. You're invited too.
Yeah, but the thing is, I don't drive.
Well, then you'll have to kind of just be here in
Alex,
spirit.
we'll figure. Yeah, Alex, this is off air. We'll figure this out later. We got to finish up the show. We're going on an hour here. I want to wrap this up. So let's go to Mr. Ronald Terrio. Let's get final thoughts and ratings on his beer. Any shout outs, promos, whatever. Now is the time. All right, go for it, Ron.
Yeah, like I was saying, what was Michael's score again?
A 92.
92.
Yeah, okay, I thought so. I didn't see the scroll. All right, well, I'm going to do the same score. 90. No, I'm sorry. I'm going to go to 93. I'm going into A. 93. It's good. But like I said, you have to have a certain understanding that it is not going to be peanut butter, sherry cask, or, Mackinac fudge coffee flavored stuff. It's just basic extra stout, and that's the way it's designed. So you have to understand that. But I like basic beers. I'm not too caught up in all of the glitter and gold. So although I like it, but so I'm going to go with an A, 93 out of 100. Yeah, I would like to visit Brooklyn, New York. I don't know if I can park anywhere around there. That's what I'm concerned about. And then secondly, I have shout outs. I'm finishing up this now. Wednesday night, we're doing ready to drink canned or bottle cocktails. All right. So they call them RTDs, ready to drink, like Club Tales or, well, I mean, it seems like it's a million and one things. There's alcohol levels that go from 3.2% ABV up to 14%, but I wouldn't recommend doing that. But anyway, so feel free to join. This is Larceny. I've been dealing with this for about 2 weeks now, Larceny. And it's a wheated bourbon, and it's been doing taste challenges. Yeah, I got it from my friend David for free. He got it for $13. The normal price is $26, but he got it for $13. True story. But It's been doing well, I guess you could say, in the taste challenges, but it hasn't been standing out. So, like, I haven't been able to establish a pattern. Like, it'll win one day, the next day I can't tell them apart, and then I can tell them apart, but it didn't win, and then I can tell them apart, but it didn't win. You know what I mean? It's like it's hard to figure out. You would think it's a wheated bourbon. They keep touting it on their website. It's wheated. It's so much different. And I'm thinking, well, seems to me I'd be able to tell it apart, but I don't know. Anyway, I don't know who's had larceny. Most people in this hangout could care less about bourbon and whiskey. I can understand that. I know. It's not a beer. It's not a beer. John and Ilya said larceny. Now, here's what's coming up next. This is from New Jersey. New Jersey. Do we know anybody in New Jersey?
Maybe one person. Two.
Maybe one. This is Four Queens. I bought it at Martin Wine Cellar for $11.99. 101 proof. 101. It's going to be going into taste challenges soon. I tried it. Yeah, I tried it this morning. It's kind of like a whiskey that would do well for beer people that are trying to get into whiskey, because you know those blended whiskeys, John and Illy knows, they're soft, like they're like more like generalized corn and soft and bready, and they're not so like strong charred oak and everything like intense. But it's a 101, so it could get you looped up. You know, you could get you in a bad situation if you're not careful with it. So apparently people in eastern Pennsylvania used to make what they call boilo. So like a holiday Christmas time drink. Anyway, yeah, Cooper's Extra Stout is very nice, and if you can get it for $11.99 a six-pack, I say go for it. And now on to John and Illy, and then the show is coming to an end.
Right. Well,
Shane.
we've got to go to Alex for his rating still.
Oh yeah, right.
Shane, Emmy.
So
Alex, what are you thinking of the Guinness Extra Stout?
I'll give it a 90. Very good beer. So it's almost excellent. But yeah, a 90 it is, and like I said, everybody can get that beer as far as I know. And shout outs, we're going to be doing Corn on the Cob next Friday at 8 o'clock Eastern Standard Time on my channel, and you can bring anything you want with your corn on the cob, and also bring beer with your corn on the cob.
Okay.
Alex, does that have to be just plain corn on the cob?
Whatever you want.
You might bring some elotes.
Yeah, so whatever you want, it's corn on the cob.
All right, good deal. So Shane Fudge, do we even have to ask? What are we dealing with here with the Bourbon County? What are we looking at?
This thing is just incredible, man. This is one of the best stouts you'll ever get. If you age this beer, especially, I really believe in that it smooths it out and it brings out complexities and does all the things you want it to do if you age a beer. This is the candidate for that situation. I think it really helps smooth that heat out. There's no heat in this. You could chug this beer. This beer is that easy. It's like 13.8%, but it drinks like half that. Not fresh. It doesn't do it. I wouldn't chug a fresh one, but aging it, man, it does mellows it out. As it warmed, the vanillas, like I said, in the barrel, I started taking note of that before I passed it on to you guys, talking about your beers again. And as it warmed some more, the tobacco notes and leather notes really started to come out more. I let my wife, who doesn't like barrel-aged stouts, she walked through the room and like, this is a 7-year-old beer. You got to take a sip of it. And she even liked. She said, "Oh, it tastes like tobacco." And she even got. I was like, "That's hot that you knew that it tastes like tobacco."
Surprised you're still sitting there.
Yeah, man, tobaccos and leather and like bootstrap molasses. And man. Yeah,
all that, man.
Goodies.
Yeah. It's an incredible beer. You know what I'm gonna say. You know, I'm an easy judge, but this one makes it very easy to judge. It makes it very easy to give a score that I'm gonna give it. And I mean, I don't know what else you expect with a beer, especially if you're into barrel aged beers, man. This is
I mean,
the peak. This is what a barrel aged beer is supposed to be. Just like Pilsner Urquell that's what a Pilsner is supposed to be, which I have in my fridge too. But this one, man, I gotta give it
a 10.
no.
undies.
No, it's again a Honda.
Undies.
Man, Alex the beer.
Oh,
master.
the second zero is alcohol. It's his.
Okay.
Yeah, it's his mouth.
It's my
There you
wild
go.
taste.
100. That's right.
10 out of 10.
All right.
100. Easy.
Okay,
Easy
so
100. Obvious 100. Yeah. Cheers, guys. I'm gonna
man,
finish
I
this off
can't
now.
compete with that. But yeah, cheers. Nice glass lacing, nice head retention on this 12.3% double bourbon barrel aged stout. I'm going to go with a 98 out of 100 for this one. This is my favorite of the Dragon's Milk series. A little bit higher alcohol. The double bourbon barrel aging really helps give it that extra layer of complexity and character. The vanilla beans are just such a nice touch, nice little sweetness, but not cloying in any way. And it's just nice and bready, and you still get all of those great things that you want with just a stout in general. The toasted malt and the dark chocolate. It's outstanding. So 98 out of 100. Definitely got to check this beer out if you can get it in your area.
Quick
Limited
question for
time
you, John.
release.
They tell you whose barrels they use for those?
Yeah.
For that? They tell you who's
They
who's
do not.
Ugh.
It just says first aged for 3 months in bourbon barrels with whole Madagascar vanilla beans. The beer was imparted with a rich and creamy vanilla sweetness, and then it was moved to a fresh set of bourbon barrels for another 3 months. This time paired with Indonesian vanilla beans. So they age it for 3 months with the Madagascar vanilla beans in bourbon barrels. Then they move it to other bourbon barrels with the Indonesian vanilla beans, but they don't specify what bourbon barrels. But I think that's pretty cool that they yeah, it's definitely an incredible beer. I would highly recommend it. Okay, we are going over an hour here, so I'm going to wrap this up. Thanks. Oh, Josh finally woke up. Cheers, Josh. Good morning. Nice of you to join us at the very end. Better late than never, I guess. Okay. Thanks to everybody in the chat. Thanks to my esteemed panel. I was really thrilled that Bumpy and Miscellaneous got to join this morning. Typically, they're working and they don't get to join, so awesome to have you guys. Yeah, that's all I got. Had a really great time. Some awesome beers. Thanks, Shane, for drinking one of the best beers in the world along with us this morning. I think that's awesome. And
John, before you get off,
hope everybody has a great. Yeah,
John, even
Yes.
with Bumpy 72, we still average 91.8, even with the 72.
Yep. I don't recommend.
I
this
forgot
beer.
to put this up earlier, but really quick, if anybody's for Josh, since he's joining late, there's all of the ratings that we all gave this morning. The lowest coming from this guy right here, Bumpy Road. He had kind of a dud this morning, which really sucks because everybody else had A beers. So sorry, Bumpy. Maybe next time. Anyway, thank you so much to everybody for joining. Thanks to the panel. We had some had great chat, great comments. I had a great rest of the weekend. Enjoy your family, enjoy your friends, enjoy whatever it is that you decide to do today. And we will see you here all on the next one, Sunday morning, 10:30 Eastern. Bring a stout porter and join us. All right. Until then, cheers, everybody.
Take care, everybody.
Cheers.
Oh, thought you wanted me to do my sign up. I